Well, good evening, everybody. This is Mike Obay, Executive Consultant out of Staten Island, New York. I want to thank you all for being on our Tuesday night team conference call. We do this call every single Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We go over a couple of different announcements, and we'll go over usually some different training topics each week. So it's a good call to bring a notebook and or a piece of paper and a pen to. Now, I know it's a little early, but I want to start talking about, we have a major event that comes up in September called Ambition, and it's an event that happens once a year. It's by far the biggest event throughout the year. We have a lot of other events that go on, but the one main event is called Ambition, and it's Ambition 2013. It's less than 6 months away. It's by far the biggest event ever. This event, we're probably going to have over somewhere between 15 and 20,000 people, whatever we could fit in the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, right where the Dallas Mavericks play. So it's September 11th to the 14th. It's a Wednesday through Saturday. Not much stuff goes on Wednesday. Thursday is really where it really starts going on. It's an incredible event. This will be my sixth time in the row that I'm going to Ambition. I got to just tell you that if you can't make any other events throughout the year just to get to Ambition, I would say almost skip every other event just to get to Ambition. It's that powerful of an event. If you go into Power Zone under events, you can register for it, but do it now because if you go out there and register now for the event, so be a leader. These events are so powerful. It's good that if you get there, but it's great if you can get there and get your team to be there. So lead by example, get registered for Ambition, and get your team registered there. It's by far the biggest event. This Ambition will be by far the largest event attendance-wise in company history. Will be probably between 15 and 20,000 people at the event. Ambit has taken statistics over the past years, and they took people's businesses, consultants in the company. They did a couple different examples of consultants that attended Ambition events throughout the past years and consultants who did not attend events. And the people that attended the Ambition events, their businesses grew 70% more than the people who did not attend. So that alone is powerful. So you want to be at the event. Just think, if your job or your current boss, or if you're a business owner and your company told you, hey, you got to go to this convention and your sales or your commissions or your salary would increase by 70%, everybody would be there. So this is a must-attend event, but get registered now as soon as possible. Lead by example. Tell your team you're going, and the person who has the most people at that event is going to be the big person who gets the biggest reward, because you'll see such an explosion. That's why September and October are the two busiest months of the year. It's following an Ambition event. You're there firsthand to hear all the new announcements, all the new states opening up. It's just incredible. We have a great time, but the stuff that you're going to get out of there, you can meet the co-founders of the company. You hear from the top leaders. There's awards and recognitions. They give away free Cadillacs, free Harley-Davidsons. They hand away $20,000 checks to people in raffle tickets. So it's something you do want to get registered as soon as possible. I do want to announce that I am going to be doing a live training at my Staten Island Training Center on Saturday, April 13th. Saturday, April 13th, I'm going to be doing a live training at my Staten Island Ambit Energy Training Center, April 13th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We go 4 hours straight. I don't really take much of a break. It's going to be Saturday, April 13th. Tickets are $10 a piece. It's well worth it. It's a great training event. I give out some incredible information. If you want tickets, either call me, contact me through text. If you want, you could email me at info@ambitenergytrainingcenter.com. What I want to talk about tonight is really going out there and setting goals, for Ambit. Your income is based upon the effort you put into this business and how big of a team you build. So I want to talk about, setting goals for yourself and really holding yourself accountable to your goals. Because you can go out there and set goals for yourself, but if it's just a goal written down on a piece of paper and you're not actually going out there and trying to achieve those goals, then it's useless. So you want to set some goals and really hold yourself accountable to those goals. See, Ambit Energy is a success. We're the fastest growing company in the United States of America. Ambit Energy is about to go over $1 billion, which is so impressive in just a short period of time. Ambit has a proven track record. We have systems in place. We have everything here to help you go out there and do it. When I say systems, what do we mean? We have conference calls in place. We have my call. We have a few other calls throughout the week. We have live hotel business presentations that go on all different states every night of the week that are going on. We have live online business presentations. We have DVD presentations, website presentations. We have live trainings, whether online, live, or at the office live, ambition events. We have everything in place as far as system-wise. We have a ton of support from me and Ray Monty and other leaders in the team. So everything is really in place for you to go out there. The system's here. So if you ever think about it, why do some people in Ambit succeed and why others don't succeed, right? We all have the same company we work with. We all have the same tools in place. We all get on the same conference calls, same meetings. So why do some people succeed and others don't? It's basically because of the commitment level. You know, obviously, if you're on this call, that's great. There's a reason why you guys are on this call as leaders, and there's other people who are not on this call. So you want to encourage your team to get on this call every week, but it's based upon your commitment level. It's based upon your drive, your determination. It's really based upon your why. You know, in Ambit, we always talk about what is the reason why someone is doing this business, and I promise you, the stronger the reason why you're doing this business, the more success that you are going to have. If you have a strong burning why and there's a real reason that you want to make this business work, there is nothing that's going to stop you and get in your way from making this business happen. See, when I first started Ambit 4.5 years ago, I was working 110 hours a week. I was killing myself. What did I want? I made money, but I used to work so many hours. So I wanted some time freedom out of Ambit. So I knew no matter what, I was going to make this business work. And I only put in a few hours a week, but those few hours, I was so focused, I was so serious, I was so committed to this. I treated Ambit like a real business, and it worked. It had a strong why. So if you're not sure exactly what the reason why you're doing the business, after this call, really sit back and think, why am I doing it? Maybe because you have so much money in credit card debt that at your current job, it's impossible to pay your bills, support your family, and pay off your debt. So maybe that's a good reason why. Maybe you're just sick and tired of your boss telling you what time to show up for work every day, when you can take lunch break. Hey, you got to stay late on Friday night. Hey, you got to come in on Saturday. Maybe you're just sick and tired of that lifestyle and you want something better. So that's a good why. So figure out your reason why. So that's one of the reasons. Somebody that has a good commitment level, somebody has a good drive, a good determination, good why. But also the difference is some people treat this business like a $429 hobby, and they don't have that much success, but they say, I'll give Ambit a try. I tell people at my live presentations or whoever I'm sitting down with one-on-one, I tell people, if you're just going to try this business, I don't even want you to become a consultant. Keep your money. Don't become a consultant. This is not going to work out for you. What I want million-dollar business partners. I want people that come into this business and treat it like they invested $4.29 million instead of $429, and you'll see the different success out of those people. So stop treating this like a hobby if you are. Start treating this like you opened up a real franchise-type business, and you'll see the difference. Because if you really did go out there and invested $429,000, you would see how many more serious people we would get into this business because if the investment was higher. Ambit's easy. $400, people don't take it seriously, and that's why they fail. I treated it like I invested $400,000, and it's why it worked for me. Now, in this business, you have to be serious about this, treat it like a real business. You don't have to put in a full-time effort. I had 110 hours a week on my plate when I first started, but I found 3, 4, 5 hours a week. And in those few hours, I was so serious, I was so committed to this business. You just have to be consistent with this business. A lot of people will get Ambit going, and they'll work it for a little bit, and they'll stop, and they'll start, and they'll stop, and eventually they fade away. Whether you put in 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, 15 hours a week, 3 hours a week, 7 hours a week, whatever you're doing, just be serious about it and be consistent with it. Do something every day. Do something every week. Do something every month. See, consistency is so key in this business. If you are consistent, it works. Guys, this business gets easier and easier and easier the longer you do it. The more practice you get, the more conference calls you go on, the more meetings you attend, the more live ambition events you get to, the more presentations you do, the more times you fail, you're going to learn, and it's going to get easier and easier and easier. The problem is people in this business just quit and give up too easy. They don't treat it seriously, and it doesn't work. You know, a lot of people, 99% of people that start this business start on a part-time basis. So many people have other jobs, other businesses, they have family, but the people that treat it like a real business have success. I want to just talk about somebody real quick who's on this call, who's tearing up the business. This is a person who's a senior consultant and is going to be an executive consultant in just probably a month or two. But Mike Perrone, I know you're on this call. Mike Perrone's a senior consultant. Guys, just let me tell you, Mike Perrone works 70 hours a week in his full-time job. His wife's she works full-time also. They have 3 children, you know, that all play sports. They're in religion and stuff like that. So he has a lot on his plate. Mike could only put in a few hours a week, but Mike is so committed in those few hours. He has a game plan every day. He has certain time slots throughout the day of who he's going to talk to in his morning drive to work. During his lunch hour, he's speaking to people. At his drive home from work, he's talking to people, but he doesn't have a lot of time. But the time that he does put in, he gets an incredible amount of things accomplished in those times. He has goals written down, and it works. Mike is treating this like a real business, even though he already works 70 hours a week and has 3 kids that he's out there and a wife who works full-time. You know, and Mike calculated one day, based upon, and I hope that Mike's not upset that I'm sharing some numbers, but based upon the time that Mike is putting in, because he's so serious and committed to it, he's making somewhere between $200 and $400 an hour in just the time that he puts in his Ambit business. He's not putting in a ton of time, but the hours that he's putting in, he treats it seriously. He treats it like a real business. He has a game plan. He has everything in place. He has goals, and he's making somewhere between $200 and $400 an hour on the work that he's putting in. So what you want to do, and great job, Mike, keep it up. You'll be an executive very shortly. But, guys, you want to have a plan of action. You want to know what you're doing on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. You want to set goals for yourself. Now, I told you before, if you just set goals and you don't try to achieve those goals, then you're wasting your time actually writing down goals. So you want to set goals, and it could be daily goals, weekly goals, or monthly goals. If your schedule is chaotic and you can't put in time every single day, well, then don't write down daily goals because you're not going to hit your goal if there's certain days that you have to work 12 hours straight. So maybe make up weekly goals. Say, okay, Monday and Wednesday I can't do nothing with Ambit because I work late and I got to take care of the kids. So make it, instead of having the daily goal, make weekly goals for yourself. Or if you want to make a monthly goal for yourself, that's fine too. But what you want to do is, you know, you want to start blocking out some time, and that's what Mike Perrone does very good. On his morning drive to work, he blocks out time. On his lunch break, he blocks out time. After work, driving home, he blocks out time. And in those times, he's committed to going out there and building Ambit. Now, Mike's team is exploding. And, you know, he made it to senior consultant, and his business is just rocking. He's going to be an executive consultant very soon because he got it. He got it all figured out. He's on conference calls. He's on webinars. He's coming to Ambition, and he's a leader in his team, and that's why it's working. So you want to take time either every day or every week and block out certain times. Schedule it. Take out your iPhone or your BlackBerry and say, okay, well, you know, I work till 6 o'clock on Thursday, so from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, that's my Ambit time. In that time, I'm going to go out there and make invitation calls. I'm going to go out there and gather customers. I'm going to call my upline. I'm going to call my downline. But block out specific time throughout the week and just say this time is Ambit time. And you're going to put it in, whether it's only 3 hours a week, 4 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, and anything else you can do above and beyond that. It's great. It's just extra time. You know, and what are you going to do in that written time, that time that you have blocked out? You're going to sit down at your house or your desk or your office, wherever it might be, and you want to take out your written list. You want to get into Ambit mode. You know, you don't want to have the TVs on. You don't want to be having the radio on. You want to be in the Ambit mindset. You want to go into this that I'm going to start making invitation calls, and I'm going to invite people to see who is open to making money and then directing them to a presentation. So sit down, take out your written list. I hope everybody on this call has a written list. It needs to be a notebook. It needs to be a notepad, an Excel spreadsheet, a Word document, something where you could be neat, you could be organized, you can make notes. Who joined, who didn't join? Did you show a person a DVD? Did you get somebody on a live presentation? So you have to be neat. You have to be organized. And you want to start inviting people. See, when I started Ambit 4.5 years ago, I had 110 hours a week on my plate. But I found 10 minutes at a time, 20 minutes at a time, I took out my written list, and I just started inviting people to get to a live meeting. I got people to look at my DVD. I just made invitations and got people to see the presentation. So directing people to a live online presentation. Use the DVDs. Use the hotel meetings. Use in-home presentation. In-home presentations work great. And I know Susan and Ted Holmes are on here. You know, I got to give it up to you guys. You did a great job. You're the leaders. You guys are now senior consultants. But here's people that drove from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, all the way up to Connecticut to go up there and do an in-home for Patrick Harrison on Saturday. But they drove, I don't know how long it is, but I would probably guess somewhere between 3 and 5 hours from Lancaster, PA to Connecticut to help do an in-home for their team, and they're getting consultants out of it. You know, but they're leaders in the company. That's why they'll become executive consultants, because they're treating this like a real business. They're on every conference call. They're at different training events. They're already registered for Ambition. They're leaders. They're leading by example, and their team is doing it. In-home presentations work great, as we could see. You know, they had some consultants signing up. So great job again, to Susan and Ted. Keep it up. You know, what else do we be doing? In that time that you block out, you want to be gathering customers. You want to be gathering customers, and you want to be helping your team, teaching them. You want to help them gather customers. You want to help them invite. You want to go out there and do things. Get the best use of your time. So when you start blocking out the half hour at a time, an hour at a time, you don't want to do useless stuff. You want to do things that are going to actually make you money. Invite people to see the presentation. Sponsor new consultants. Help get them paid. Gather the customers for yourself. You want to be doing the right things. So if you just look at the people on my team who have a plan and set goals, the people who are committed, they have the most success on my whole entire team. And I know who they are. The people who treat this like a real business, set goals, have a plan of action, people that I communicate with, you know, daily or every other day, people are calling me. My team is getting bigger and bigger every day. I can't go out there and call every single person. So I look for the people who are calling me, and that's who I spend my time with talking. I look to see in my group who's registered for Ambition. So now who should I help? Do I help the person that's making a commitment to come to Ambition in Dallas, Texas in September? Or do I help somebody who doesn't come to Ambition, doesn't get on no conference calls, doesn't go to no events, doesn't go to meetings? I help the people mostly that deserve my time. So, and the same thing, as your business grows, you guys want to work with the people that deserve your time. You guys are all leaders are on this call. I know who's on this call. I get to see reports of who comes on this call. I track everything. I know who gets on live webinars. I know who gets on my live presentations. I know who gets on conference calls. I know who gets to Ambition, simulcast. I can see all that stuff. So I put my time into the right people. I can't help every person, so I will put my time into the deserving people. You know, almost anything in life, I'm sure you guys all heard of the 90-10 rule or the 80-20 rule. You know, in Ambit, it's more like a 90-10 rule, that 90% of the success will come from 10% of the people. You hear that? 90-10 rule. 90% of the company's success will come from 10% of the people in the company. Why is that? Why is it? So are the 10 people that are out there, 10%, are they better than the other people? Are they better qualified? No, they're not. They're not. Why is that then? The 10% of the people that are making the most success, they're the ones that made a decision that I'm going to go out there and make it happen. I'm going to be committed to this business. I'm going to do everything it takes to make this business happen. Guys, Ambit is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You know, so either you're part of the 10% that make it happen, or you're a part of the 90% of people that just sit there and watch it happen. They watch it go by, and you're missing it. You're missing it. So if you are part of that 10% and you've been doing it the right way, great. I know who you are. Keep it up and keep building it. We're going to make a ton of money together. This is a life-changing thing. Continue it. If you haven't been in that 10%, if you haven't been doing it the right way all along, if you haven't been fully committed to this thing, and I'm not saying you have to do this full time. I'm not saying you got to put in 20 hours a week. If you can only afford to put in 3, 4, 5, 6 hours a week, that's fine. But be committed to this. So if you have not been committed up to this point, start. Today's a whole new day. You want to refocus, start with a new plan of action, go out there, set goals, hold yourself accountable. Again, you can go out there and write down goals on paper, but if you're not trying to achieve those goals and hold yourself accountable, then you're wasting your time actually writing the goals. You know, so go out there, write goals. This is your business, guys. This is your business. Ambit is a successful company. We're about to become $1 billion company. This is happening with you or without you, with your team or without your team. It's going to happen. Who's in control of your success? You are. You're the only person who's in control. I can give you all the help, all the support, all the guidance, all the knowledge. We have everything in place. But unless you go out there and you take action and do it and make it happen, it's not going to happen without you. So you got to go out there and do it. So now I want to just give you some different examples of maybe some goals that you should be setting. Again, whether on a weekly basis or a daily basis or a monthly basis. If your schedule is hectic and you can't put in a little time every single day to Ambit, don't make a daily goal then. Make a weekly goal. And some things you might want to do. And depending on how much time you can put in, if somebody can only put in 3-4 hours a week, so one of your goals should be, I want to go out there and show this business. I want to show a presentation to 5 new people every week, whether in person, showing them a DVD, whether it's getting someone to a hotel meeting, to an in-home presentation, or to a live webinar. So show 5 people a week, 5 brand new people yourself that you're showing on a weekly basis. At the end of the week, go back and review it. Hold yourself accountable. Did I hit my goals? If you're putting in 5-10 hours a week into it, then you should be out there probably showing 10 presentations a week. So set a goal. So don't have to start off with a ton of people, but if you could start off saying, I'm going to show 5 new people a week, that's a good goal to do. You know, another goal for you to say, if you don't have free energy already, getting free energy is simple. I got all my customers in my first 2 days doing this. Why? When I first got started, I blocked out some time. I said, boom, I'm going to get all my customers quickly, easily, right away. I got all my 20 customers in the first 2 days doing this. So if you don't have your free energy yet, set a goal that 1 week from now, I will have free energy. Ambit Energy removed the time clock to get free energy, so there's no time limit. But don't you want to start getting it already if you don't have it? Start making an extra $100, $200 a month in free energy. And you know how powerful it is when you can sit down with a potential customer or a potential consultant and show them your free energy checks, your free energy credits on your bill? That's huge. So if you don't have it already, set a goal that 1 week from now, you're going to go out there and spend some time and get free energy. Get it. It's great. You do it one time. I've been getting free energy for 4 years. For 4 years, I've been getting free energy. Set another goal that I'm going to attend 1 live business presentation a week. Find an area, a meeting that's in your area, whether at a hotel or somebody's office, and I say I'm going to attend 1 live business presentation every single week. Whether you have a guest or don't have a guest, you want to attend. You want to support the meeting. You want to get out there and support each other. You want to learn. You want to be around successful people. You get to talk to people, ask questions. You want to be in Ambit mode. It's going to get you excited. So set a goal. Be at 1 live meeting a week. Another goal, if your team is building, your goal is I want to help a new person on my team or an existing person. Take from today's date or tomorrow. Say, I want to help a new person in my group get to regional consultant within 2 weeks from now. And go out there and help that person, especially if they're new. Get them on training websites. Help them start inviting. Help them start doing presentations. Help them start gathering customers. Another goal, set up an in-home presentation. As you've seen, Susan and Ted Holmes drove from Lancaster, PA to Connecticut to do an in-home presentation Saturday morning, and it worked. The team is now growing in Connecticut, and in-home presentations are great, folks, because people will feel comfortable. They'll come into somebody's house to see a presentation versus going to a hotel meeting. Even though hotel meetings are great, but do hotel meetings, do in-home presentations. Susan and Ted did it at Patrick Harrison's house Saturday at 11 o'clock a.m., you know, so they could be done any day, any time. Another goal, get registered for Ambition. Say, I'm going to register by tonight. I'm going to register by tomorrow. I will register by the weekend. And then lead by example. Hey, here's my goal. I want to get every person in my team registered to Ambition. The person who gets the most people to attend Ambition will have the biggest explosion come September and come October. It's by far the biggest event ever in the company history that we'll have. We'll have somewhere between 15,000 and 20,000 people packed in the American Airlines Center. So set a goal. I'm going to register, and I'm getting my team to Ambition. It's that big of a deal to get to Ambition. Another goal, get on a team conference call every single week. You want to be on. You want to get your team members onto this call every single week. Another goal, you want to make sure that you're speaking to everybody on your team. And obviously, the bigger your team gets, it gets harder. But you want to speak at least to your leaders in your group on a daily, weekly basis. You want to speak to people. You want to communicate to your downline. That's why when people join my group, I try my best to go out there and reach out to every person that joins. And some people I do miss. It just gets them crazy. But I try to call every single person and communicate with my downline. But also I communicate with Ray Monty weekly. I talk to Brian McCall weekly. I'm still calling them. I'm almost a national consultant, but every week we're talking. I mean, Ray and I talk almost daily. We talk. Brian, I talk to maybe once a week. But you want to talk to your downline. So set a goal. I'm going to talk to all the people in my group every day, every other day, or at least once a week. I'm going to speak to my upline. Guys, I want your phone calls. If I can fit it into my schedule, I'm going to talk to you. I want to help you guys, give you guys advice. So call me, text me, email me, whatever. I want to hear from you guys. I can't reach out to everybody. So you guys got to call me. I look for the people who are doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's why I track to see who gets on conference calls and webinars, who's going to Ambition, who's going to simulcast. And that's who I really put more of my time into, the people that deserve my time. Now, once you set your goals, you want to look back. If you're setting a weekly goal, look back after the week and say, did I achieve my goals? Hold yourself accountable. If you're not making an effort to achieve these goals, you're the only one responsible for that. Guys, so hold yourself accountable. Go out there. Start treating this more like a business, seriously. I'm happy you guys are on this call. There's a reason why you guys are on this call and other people aren't. You do not want to be and fall into that 90% statistic of people that don't succeed in this business. 10% of people will bring in 90% of the results for the company. So you want to be a 10% person that goes out there and makes it happen. You do not want to be a 90% person that goes out there and watches Ambit become the top, highest paid, highest revenue network marketing company of all time. And that's going to happen. I promise you. Ambit Energy will go down as the number one highest revenue direct selling company, network marketing company of all time. We are going to pass companies like Amway. We're going to pass Mary Kay. We're going to pass Tupperware and all these companies. Right now, we're the 15th largest direct selling company in the world. We're only in a handful of states. We're only in business 6 years now. And that was after our 50-year rankings. We were number 15th in the world. We're going to go out there. So do you want to be 10% of the people that go out there and make it happen? Or you want to be part of the 90% that actually goes out there and just watches it happen? So, guys, get refocused. If you haven't been treating this seriously, if you learned about setting goals tonight, let's go out there. Let's do this together, guys. I'm here for you guys. I don't make any money unless you guys make money. Start treating this more seriously. If you're not, I know who the serious people are. I could tell by the results. I could tell by who's getting promoted. I know. I see it. So we're here for you. Guys, if you're going out there and you're doing something, if you're going out there and you're making invitation calls and it's not working after 1 time, 2 times doing it, you're not successful, don't keep doing the same thing over and over. If you're having trouble getting customers, it's simple. If you're not getting it, if you're going to approach customers and you're doing it 1 or 2 times and you're not having success doing it, there's something that needs to be tweaked in your invitation. Maybe your approach is wrong. So don't keep going through your list, doing it the wrong way. Get on to some trainings. Call me. Call other uplines in your group, and let's try to figure out what you're doing wrong. I'm here to help you and coach you. People call me up all the time. Hey, Mike, it's John. Hey, listen, I want to approach this guy on my list, but I don't know what to say to the person. So if you call me, I'm going to ask you, well, this guy John you want to approach, how old is the person? What does he do for a living? How are you a neighbor? Are you a friend? What's your relationship like? And based upon that, I could actually try to help you guys and teach you guys on different ways to invite people. And by you talking to me and communicating with me and other upline people, you're going to get better and better at it. So if something's not working, don't keep doing a bad approach over and over and over and burn through your list and then say, hey, I'm out of my list. I have nobody else to talk to. You want to go through a few people. If it's working, great, stick with it. If it's not working, then go out there and talk to me. Talk to some other leaders in the team and figure out what we're doing wrong. Let us help you make some adjustments, and we'll tweak the adjustments, and you'll get it right. And then it will really start growing for you. Then you can help your team because you're learning. Guys, this is a work in progress. You're learning every single day. This business gets easier and easier and easier the longer you do it, I promise you. And, guys, also one more thing is that if you're going out there showing presentations now, if people tell you no right now, it doesn't mean that they're never going to join. Right now might not be the right time for them in life. They might have a lot of stuff going on. Maybe it's just not the right time for them. But no doesn't mean never. It just means right now is not the right time. I've now had 51 people who told me no over the past 3-4 years have contacted me back and joined my group. 51 people. That's because I went out there and showed a lot of people the presentations. And I guarantee you over the next 4 or 5 years, I'll probably have another 50 to 100 people come back and join again. And this time they'll join in my national code when it's even worth more money. So, guys, let's get refocused. Let's go out there. Let's make this happen. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night.
Great call tonight, Mike. Thanks.
Thanks, Mike.
But,
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Mikey.
see if I get anybody.
Thanks, Mike. Great call tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.
All right. Thanks for getting on, everybody. Let's make it happen.
Everything I